Have you ever stopped to think about how some of the most powerful remedies for our health are hidden in the most common places? A simple jar on the kitchen shelf, a white powder that many consider just a trick for cakes, or an ally for cleaning the refrigerator? But do you know the true potential of baking soda? Imagine a world where a small daily gesture, mixing a teaspoon of this powder into a glass of warm water, could offer surprising benefits for your body. It sounds like the stuff of miracle cures, but there's actually serious science behind it. Research from Johns Hopkins University and of the Mayo Clinic confirm that baking soda has alkaline properties that go far beyond what most people imagine. It not only neutralizes acids, but also helps balance internal processes that affect our health over the years. The question that remains is, why, despite so much scientific support, do so few people use baking soda safely and effectively to improve their health? The answer may surprise you. The power of simple solutions often goes unnoticed in a world saturated with expensive drugs and complex treatments. But we are here to change that. Let's begin our journey by exploring this familiar yet underrated substance. Over the next few minutes, you'll learn how baking soda can ease common digestive issues, help protect kidney health, and even offer support for those suffering from joint and muscle pain. Most importantly, you'll learn how to use it wisely, safely, and with real results. To start, think about the times you've felt uncomfortable after a big meal. That heartburn that seems to rise from your stomach like an uncomfortable flame, or the days when your muscles just seem to give up after a walk or exercise. Maybe you've had that nagging feeling that something simple could help, and you were right. The truth is that baking soda is one of those ingredients that carries a rich history and often overlooked potential. A study of the American Journal of Kidney Diseases, for example, showed that controlled sodium bicarbonate supplementation can slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Another study, published by National Institutes of Health, NIH, showed how sodium bicarbonate can help with muscle recovery by neutralizing the acidity generated after exercise. But before you start mixing baking soda into everything, it is essential to understand the correct way to use it. After all, we are talking about a product with real effects on the body, and that should be incorporated with balance and common sense, always in dialogue with health professionals. In the next steps, we will explain each benefit, its scientific origins, and how to adapt these practices to your daily life. Curious to find out how a simple ingredient can offer so many paths to a healthier life? Then stay with me until the end of this video. And before we move on to the next point, I want to hear from you. What city and country are you watching from? Leave your comment below. We'd love to hear from where you're on this natural health journey. Have you ever noticed how a peaceful night can become a real challenge when that burning sensation starts to creep up your chest? Heartburn and reflux are unwelcome companions, especially for those over 50 who are starting to notice that their bodies react differently to excess. The good news? There is a simple and affordable solution that can bring quick relief: baking soda. According to Harvard Medical School, more than 60 million Americans suffer from heartburn every month, and many turn to prescription medications, often without realizing that there is a natural alternative that works just as well. This is where baking soda comes in. When dissolved in water, it forms an alkaline solution that neutralizes excess stomach acid, providing almost immediate relief. Imagine the comfort of being able to end the day without that discomfort in your chest that robs you of sleep and energy for the next day. When baking soda comes into contact with the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, a reaction occurs that forms water, salt, and carbon dioxide. This simple chemical reaction has a powerful effect. It reduces acidity and restores a sense of well-being. But before you run to the kitchen and fill your glass with water and baking soda, it's important to remember that moderation is key. American Gastroenterological Association recommends occasional and moderate use, as bicarbonate contains sodium, and excessive consumption can cause unwanted effects for those with hypertension or heart problems. Still, for those who occasionally suffer from reflux or heartburn, especially after a heavy meal or a late dinner, this homemade solution can be a real relief. It's almost like having a little natural shield that protects you from sleepless nights and days of discomfort. It is worth remembering that heartburn and reflux are not just temporary inconveniences. When they become frequent, they can cause inflammation of the esophagus and more serious problems in the long term. Therefore, even the use of baking soda should be part of a broader care strategy, including a balanced diet, healthy habits, and of course, medical monitoring whenever necessary. Another important point is the ritual that is created when preparing this simple solution. A teaspoon of baking soda dissolved in a glass of warm water, a peaceful sip that not only provides physical relief, but also symbolizes taking care of yourself and your health. This moment of pause and attention to your body is essential, especially for those who have already understood that health goes beyond medicine. It starts with conscious choices. In the next few minutes, we'll dive even deeper into the universe of possibilities that baking soda offers for your health. You'll discover that it's much more than just a kitchen ingredient. It's a true ally for those who want to age comfortably and with quality. Stay with me and get ready to discover the next incredible benefit of this little white powder. Few people talk about it, but our kidneys are true silent heroes. Working tirelessly, they filter up to 200 liters of blood per day, removing waste and balancing our body chemistry. As we age, however, these essential organs can begin to show signs of wear and tear, especially for those with conditions such as diabetes or high blood pressure. That's where baking soda, that unexpected ally, comes into play. Research carried out by National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, NIDDK, research shows that about 37 million adults in the United States are living with chronic kidney disease, many without even knowing it. In its early stages, kidney disease can go unnoticed, causing only fatigue or mild swelling. But left untreated, it can silently develop into more serious complications. Studies such as the one published in Journal of the American Society of Nephrology reveal that sodium bicarbonate, when used under medical supervision, can help slow the progression of kidney disease. This is because it acts as a buffer, neutralizing excess acid that builds up in the blood in people with compromised kidney function, a condition known as metabolic acidosis. Metabolic acidosis, often overlooked, accelerates the decline in kidney function. By balancing the body's pH, baking soda helps ease this burden on the kidneys, allowing them to work more efficiently and for longer. For those already struggling with kidney problems, this simple step can make a significant difference in quality of life. But be careful. This use should always be guided by a health professional. Self-medication or excessive consumption can bring risks, especially for those who already have heart problems or high blood pressure. The key word here is balance, and the understanding that sodium bicarbonate is a supplement, not an isolated cure. In addition to helping your kidney health, this care symbolizes something bigger: the power of informed and conscious choices. Small changes, such as carefully introducing baking soda into your routine, can help you avoid invasive treatments like dialysis in the future. Imagine the relief of knowing that a simple ingredient can offer real support for kidney function, something so essential to overall well-being. This topic also reminds us of the importance of regular checkups and talking to your doctor about all the options available. Health is a journey, and every step counts. So if you or someone close to you has ever had kidney problems, consider this support option, always with professional supervision. In the next chapter, we will address another delicate and common issue in old age: urinary tract infections. Can baking soda also help in these cases? Stay with me and discover how it can become a discreet but powerful ally in your intimate health. Few things can take away our peace of mind as much as the discomfort of a urinary tract infection. Anyone who has suffered from this sensation knows the burning sensation when urinating, the constant need to go to the bathroom, and the pain in the lower abdomen can turn peaceful days into a real challenge. And for many elderly people, urinary tract infections become unwanted visitors that return from time to time. But is there a way to alleviate this discomfort without relying exclusively on antibiotics? According to data from National Institutes of Health, NIH, urinary tract infections are one of the most common causes of doctor visits among older adults, especially women. In addition to prescription medications, many people seek natural strategies to relieve the feeling of urgency and pain. That's where baking soda comes in as a discreet ally. When dissolved in water, it forms a slightly alkaline solution that can help change the pH of your urine. This simple change can create an environment that's less conducive to the growth of bacteria, such as the dreaded Escherichia coli, which thrives in more acidic conditions. Of course, it's important to remember that baking soda is not a substitute for medical treatment. Urinary tract infections, especially in older adults, can progress quickly and cause serious complications if left untreated. But as part of a care plan, always with the guidance of a healthcare professional, baking soda can provide additional relief for those who suffer from recurring discomfort. The American Urological Association highlights that, for some people, dietary changes and the careful introduction of alkaline solutions can reduce the frequency of attacks and ease bladder irritation. In a study published in Urology Journal, women who used sodium bicarbonate as part of a complementary protocol reported less burning and more comfort during UTI treatment. But beyond the physical relief, there is an important emotional benefit. For those who suffer from frequent urinary tract infections, each attack brings a feeling of frustration and loss of control. The possibility of resorting to something simple and accessible and feeling some relief can restore confidence and the feeling that you are taking care of yourself, even in the midst of challenges. Of course, everybody is unique. What works for one person may not work for another. That's why talking to your doctor is so important. Before trying any alternative approaches, it's essential to have an accurate diagnosis and understand whether using baking soda makes sense for you. In the meantime, remember that care goes far beyond medication. Drinking plenty of water, maintaining a fiber-rich diet, and taking care of your intimate health are fundamental parts of this wellness journey. And now that we are talking about urinary discomfort, let's move on to another topic that can also bring relief and a better quality of life: the impact of sodium bicarbonate on painful gout attacks. Ready to find out more? Let's go. Anyone who has ever experienced a gout attack knows how devastating the pain can be. Just touching the bedsheet can turn into an ordeal, and the inflamed joint throbs as if it were on fire. Gout, caused by the buildup of uric acid crystals in the joints, is a condition that affects millions of people, especially older men and women. But can baking soda offer any relief? The answer may surprise you. According to a study conducted by Arthritis Foundation, gout affects about 4% of the United States population, and that number tends to increase with age. Excess uric acid in the blood, often the result of a diet rich in meat, seafood, and alcoholic beverages, leads to the formation of crystals that trigger intense inflammation. This is where baking soda comes in, an unexpected and natural ally. When diluted in water, it creates an alkaline solution that can help raise the body's pH, making it less acidic and making it easier to dissolve and eliminate uric acid. This simple change in the body's internal environment can reduce the risk of new crystals forming and, in some cases, help dissolve existing ones. But before adopting baking soda as part of your routine, it is essential to understand the limitations. According to the Mayo Clinic, sodium bicarbonate does not replace specific medications for the treatment of gout. It can be a useful supplement in some cases, but it should never replace medical monitoring and the use of anti-inflammatories or medications that reduce uric acid in the blood. Still, for many people, knowing that something so simple can offer support is comforting. In a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers have pointed out that diets rich in alkalizing foods, such as fruits and vegetables, combined with moderate use of baking soda, can help keep uric acid levels under control. This natural approach also brings emotional benefits. Gout, because it is unpredictable and extremely painful, generates anxiety and fear of new attacks. Incorporating extra care, such as drinking baking soda at critical moments, always in moderation and with the authorization of a doctor, can give a sense of control and hope to those facing this challenge. And we cannot forget that the body is an integrated system. Caring for gout involves many factors. Staying hydrated, avoiding trigger foods, and maintaining a healthy weight are fundamental pillars for reducing the frequency and intensity of gout attacks. In the meantime, baking soda remains a gentle boost, a self-care gesture that shows how nature can support your health with every sip. In the next chapter, we'll explore how this same solution can benefit something much closer to home: the health of your mouth and the relief of painful mouth ulcers and bad breath. Ready to discover another secret of this simple powder? Then stay with me. When we think about oral health, it is common to imagine only the toothbrush and dental floss as the main allies. But there is a simple and powerful ingredient that can bring even more comfort and well-being: baking soda. This discreet white powder, so present in kitchens, also holds valuable secrets for the health of our mouth, especially for those who face persistent mouth ulcers and the discomfort of bad breath. Mouth ulcers, small, painful sores that appear on the lining of the mouth, affect up to 20% of the population at some point, according to the American Academy of Oral Medicine. They can be triggered by poorly fitting dentures, accidental bites, or even stress and low immunity. Although they are usually harmless, these small wounds can disrupt meals, conversations, and even our mood. This is where baking soda comes in as a natural ally. When dissolved in warm water and used as a mouthwash, it creates a less acidic and more alkaline environment in the mouth. This change in pH makes it harder for harmful bacteria to grow and reduces the irritation that fuels the pain of mouth ulcers. The result? A feeling of relief and a stimulus for healing, without the harshness of alcohol-based mouthwashes. But it doesn't stop there. According to studies by American Dental Association, ADA, baking soda is also effective in combating bad breath. It neutralizes sulfur compounds produced by bacteria that accumulate on the tongue and between the teeth, leaving the mouth feeling fresher and healthier. For those who wear dentures or removable prostheses, the benefits of baking soda go beyond relieving mouth ulcers. It can also be a powerful cleaning agent, removing residue and preventing the buildup of bacteria that cause bad odor and inflammation. Simply mix a teaspoon of baking soda in warm water and soak your dentures for a few minutes, ensuring a cleaner and more comfortable smile. Of course, it is essential to remember that baking soda is not a substitute for dental care. Regular checkups and proper brushing are still the basis of any oral care. However, as a complement, the conscious use of baking soda can transform minor discomforts into moments of relief and tranquility. In addition to the physical benefits, there is an important emotional aspect: the impact of smiling on our self-confidence. Mouth problems often affect the way we speak and relate to others. Knowing that there is a simple and natural solution to keep your breath fresh and mouth ulcers under control can bring lightness back to moments of conversation and socializing. Now that we've seen how baking soda can transform your oral health, let's go one step further. Have you ever thought that it can also help with muscle recovery after physical exertion? Yes, this simple powder can be an ally for those who want to stay active and pain-free. Stay with me to find out how it works. Staying active is one of the biggest secrets to aging healthily and independently. Whether it's a walk in the park, a stretching class, or even gardening, movement brings vitality to the body and mind. But for many seniors, the reward of an active day can come with an uncomfortable side effect: muscle aches the next day. Delayed onset muscle soreness, known as DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, is caused by the accumulation of lactic acid and micro-injuries in the muscle fibers. This feeling of stiffness and discomfort can discourage even those most determined to maintain their healthy habits. But what if a simple glass of water with baking soda could help alleviate this pain? Research published in Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research indicate that sodium bicarbonate, thanks to its alkaline properties, can help neutralize excess lactic acid in the muscles. When taken immediately after exercise, it can reduce the acidity of the internal environment, providing a faster and less painful recovery. The logic is simple. By raising the body's pH, sodium bicarbonate creates less favorable conditions for the accumulation of acidic waste that generates inflammation and discomfort. This allows muscles to relax and regenerate more easily, shortening recovery time between workouts or daily activities. Of course, as always, moderation is essential. Consuming too much baking soda can overload the digestive system and cause unwanted effects, such as bloating or increased blood pressure. Therefore, guidance from a health professional is essential, especially for those who already have a history of hypertension or kidney problems. But for many seniors, this simple practice, a glass of warm water with a teaspoon of baking soda, can provide not only physical relief, but also emotional stimulation. Knowing that there is a natural way to reduce pain and keep the body moving is an invitation to stay active and enjoy life without so many limitations. Furthermore, the ritual of drinking this beverage right after exercising can become a moment of self-care, a reminder that movement, even when it brings discomfort, is part of a cycle of vitality that is worth cultivating. After all, every step taken towards well-being is a step that maintains independence and the joy of living. In the next chapter, we'll explore how this same principle of internal balance can further influence our well-being. Have you ever considered that keeping your body's pH in balance could be the key to preventing health problems and feeling more energized? That's what we'll talk about next. Stay tuned. Have you ever heard that health starts from the inside out? This statement makes perfect sense when we think about our body's pH, a measurement that indicates the balance between acids and bases. Although often ignored, this balance is essential for all of our body's systems to function harmoniously, and sodium bicarbonate with its alkaline action can play an interesting role in this scenario. Studies carried out by Cleveland Clinic show that a body in a state of mild acidosis can face problems such as constant fatigue, inflammation, and greater susceptibility to chronic diseases. This happens because when the pH is very low, more acidic, the body needs to work harder to neutralize this excess acidity, diverting precious resources that could be used for cellular repair and regeneration. Sodium bicarbonate, when consumed in moderation, can help to ease this internal effort, balancing the pH and creating a more favorable environment for cellular health and the proper functioning of all organs. It is not a miracle, but rather a natural support for the body to perform its functions more easily. For example, older adults who feel constantly tired or have difficulty recovering from physical activity may be dealing with a slightly imbalanced body pH. Consciously consuming baking soda can help restore this balance, giving the body the chance to work more efficiently and with less wear and tear. But, as always, it is essential to remember that the body has its own regulatory mechanisms, and sodium bicarbonate should only be used as a supplement. According to Mayo Clinic, excessive or indiscriminate consumption can overload the kidneys and increase sodium retention, which poses risks, especially for those with high blood pressure or heart problems. Therefore, before starting any new habit, it is worth talking to your trusted doctor and understanding whether this practice makes sense for your specific case. After all, health is always a question of balance and well-informed choices. In addition to the physical benefits, there is a powerful emotional side to this quest for balance. Knowing that it is possible to support your body in a natural and gentle way brings a sense of autonomy and care that is often lost with age. Each sip of baking soda water becomes a reminder that, even in small choices, we can find ways to live with more vitality. And this care doesn't stop there. Baking soda also has other surprising uses that can bring even more comfort and practicality to your daily life. Want to know what else it can do for you? In the next chapter, we'll dive into these unexpected uses that can transform the way you take care of yourself. Stay tuned. When we think of baking soda, we immediately think of its use in cooking or as a natural remedy for heartburn and reflux. But what many people don't know is that this simple white powder can have even more surprising applications in daily healthcare, offering small gestures of well-being that make all the difference, especially for those looking for affordable and natural solutions. An interesting example comes from the field of dermatology. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, AAD, baking soda baths can help relieve mild itching and skin irritation. For seniors who struggle with issues like dry skin or contact dermatitis, mixing a few tablespoons of baking soda into warm bath water can provide gentle relief without resorting to expensive creams or harsh chemicals. In addition, baking soda can also be used as a natural exfoliant. Mixed with a little water, it forms a smooth paste that helps remove dead cells and renew the skin, leaving it softer and fresher. This simple treatment can bring a feeling of renewal and self-esteem, especially for those who like to keep their skin healthy without spending a lot. Another curious use is the role of sodium bicarbonate in foot hygiene. According to a study published in Journal of the American Podiatric Medical Association, baking soda can help control unpleasant odors and even relieve the feeling of tired feet after a long day. A foot bath with baking soda and warm water can become a relaxing and beneficial ritual for those who spend a lot of time standing. But it doesn't stop there. Baking soda has also been studied as a natural deodorant. Its neutralizing properties can help reduce body odor when applied gently to the armpits or shoes. For many seniors, this not only provides greater comfort, but also a way to maintain confidence in everyday situations. Of course, as with all the uses we've mentioned, the watchword is moderation. Each person has a different skin type and sensitivity, and excessive or inappropriate use of baking soda can cause irritation or discomfort. Therefore, whenever possible, talk to a health professional before adopting any new practice, even the simplest ones. What these uses teach us is that, often, the answers to our discomforts and insecurities are closer than we imagine. An ingredient as unassuming as baking soda can offer practical and safe solutions to small everyday challenges, from relieving itchiness to skincare and general well-being. Now that you know all of these amazing uses, are you ready to discover how to bring it all together into a balanced and safe approach to living better? In the next and final chapter, we'll tie these ideas together and show you how baking soda can fit into a healthier, more conscious life. Stay with me as we complete this journey. Throughout this journey, we have seen how a simple white powder can carry immense potential for care, balance, and well-being. Sodium bicarbonate, discreet and accessible, has proven to be much more than a supporting player in the kitchen. It has proven to be a true ally in the search for a healthier and more conscious life. From muscle pain to relieving gout attacks, including oral health and even protecting the kidneys, each step we explored showed that it is not just big remedies that make a difference. Often, it is the small gestures, repeated with affection and knowledge, that support the path to aging with dignity and joy. Of course, every body is unique and professional guidance should always come first. But knowing that there is something so simple and natural, ready to support what the body already does best, is an invitation to reclaim the power of everyday choices. As I close this video, I invite you to look at baking soda not as a magic solution, but as a versatile tool that can and should be used with awareness and respect for your own body. After all, health does not live in a bottle or on a label. It is born from the attention you pay to what you eat, what you feel, and what you decide to take care of. And now that you know each of these possibilities, I want to ask you something. Tell me which city and country you are following us from. Leave your comment below and tell me how baking soda is or can be part of your wellness routine. After all, every story that crosses ours strengthens this community of people who seek not only to live longer, but to live better. Until the next video, and remember, the care you take today is the foundation of tomorrow's health. Take care of yourself and count on me on this journey.